controls the vision.
We by Black, our purpose has been to focus in on how do we change the perception of Black people globally? How do we get Black people to see themselves and the world differently, beyond what they've been taught?
The definition of your being determines your behavior. If I could begin to help our people to understand that I am a spirit being housed in a physical container, having a human experience, then I can begin to talk about what human experience activates, elevates my being. It is not the acquisition of things. You follow me? And so this notion of consumerism is really driven by the thing is what's important and not the being. And so the more things I get, then the more value I have. That has to be flipped, or at least that flip, our way has to be rescued. And so it is the elevation of my beingness that dictates what my relationship is to things. That would be the way to augment or at least to begin to address this sort of rabid consumerism that we're suffering from. That's been something that's been imposed in our psyches. And so we're taught, not just Africa, but everybody in the Western world taught that your value is in what you own.
How do you foster financial literacy in the position of First Independence Bank? We see that as a very foundational issue that we have to talk about on a daily basis. In a capitalistic society, one of the most important things is your financial reputation, also known as your credit score. The ability to be able to pay your bills on time, have a checking and a savings account is the first step to being able to acquire one of the first wealth building entities, which is your home. And being able to move that farther along allows for you to build wealth over time for your family.
The blueprint for economic development and empowerment for Black people is twofold. One, we have to get into Black nationalism. I firmly believe that. We got to pull our trillion-dollar consumer resources together and produce the things that we're consuming. While we're doing that, pulling our resources together, taking over the institutions economically, buying up the land, we need to start community land trusts. Those are not-for-profit corporations that can get the government to give you land, like they're giving it to the private developers. Then we need to pull our resources and do things like the Nation of Islam is doing and other Black nationalist groups, buying up land, buying up real estate in our neighborhoods and build a community economy. That's road number one. Road number two, while we're doing that, take over the politics.